Hey YouTube, Bob here. Welcome to World of Nintendo. We've got a lot more content like this on the way, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Here we go. In this edition of Nintendo Unboxed, we're going to be taking a look at the original Super Mario Kart, released in 1992 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And this is one of my all-time favorite games on that system, and believe it or not, my favorite Mario Kart game. I know to people who have grown up with the latter Mario Kart games, it might be hard to believe that this could be my favorite, going back to the rough graphics and small roster of characters. But let me tell you something, nostalgia is a powerful thing. I've always loved, building up speed by collecting coins and hearing the engine noise get louder and louder, and then holding down the R button around corners in what Nintendo, I think what we're going to see here, called in the instruction manual the slide attack. So I have lots of fond memories of the original Super Mario Kart. So right here on the packaging, we've got a nice illustration here of all of the characters in the game. Yes, they could fit in one illustration here because there were only 8, believe it or not. But this is where racing originally became an adventure, with Super Mario Kart. And at the time, I really didn't think about it, but looking back into how all the other games were named, Super was added to the title because it was on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. By the time the second one was released for the Nintendo 64, Super was dropped and 64 was added. So Super Mario Kart is pretty much unique to this first game, its debut on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So I got this game for Christmas 1992. That was one of the best Christmases ever. I got this game, Mario Paint, the ASCII Pad Turbo Controller, and a Sony cassette Walkman. That was like the best Christmas ever, and this game was one of the reasons why. So on the long side panel here, we've got the branding and then an illustration of Toad along with the Nintendo logo. On the first short side, we've got Koopa. And on the second long side, we've got Bowser with a shell bouncing off of his head. And then on the final short side here, we've got Lakitu with his signal here to let you know when to step on the gas. And this game trained me to think that accelerate was the B button, but Nintendo would later turn that on its head for me, changing it to the A button. So that took a little bit of getting used to. I think that was maybe with the Game Boy Advance version of the game, or maybe one of the DS versions, but I would end up going backwards or something once Lakitu said go, because I was used to pushing the other button, trained up by this game. So Super Mario Kart, we've got 4 screenshots here. Got the standard race, and we've also got battle mode. This is one of the first battle modes that we would see. Super Mario Kart. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The Super Mario Go-Kart Park is open for fun. Master the unique driving styles of Mario, Luigi, and the Princess. Not Princess Peach at this point, and actually not even Princess Toadstool. Drag with Donkey Kong Jr. And it's Donkey Kong Jr., not Donkey Kong. Crash with the King of the Koopas. Lock fenders with Yoshi. You can race head-to-head with a friend or against the computer in great split-screen Mode 7 graphics. Do you have what it takes to win the Gold Cup in the challenging Star Circuit? It's as much fun to drive as it is to win. Feel like a bit less speed and a lot more strategy? Take a crack at the battle mode. In 4 different maze-like courses, you'll use Koopa shells, banana peels, superstars, and other wacky weapons to burst your opponent's target balloons and triumph. So they're boasting 2 games in one, the Mario Grand Prix and battle mode, 8 familiar characters, 20 different tracks, 3 different skill levels, and battery-backed memory saves your best times. And from 1992 until the publication year of this video, 2021, this battery still has my save. Beating it all the way through Special Cup on 150cc. So that data is still saved, believe it or not. So let's take a look and see what we have inside the original Super Mario Kart. This is an earlier Super Nintendo game released almost within the first year, from fall 1991 to fall 1992. So we're going to see the original style of the cartridge, and you can see mine still bears my name sticker that I put on it back in the day. A couple of my games have these stickers. I know I didn't even use most of them, but I've since lost the sheet of Bob stickers. But this particular cartridge was mine back in the day. Came with the dust cover, and it's the original style of the cartridge, having been released earlier on in the console's lifespan. Word to the wise, though, a practice that a lot of us had back in the day regarding this dust cover was, what do you do with it once the game is in the system? A lot of us would just take it and put it over the top of the game, which seems really convenient. You're not going to lose it that way, or kick it under the couch, or lose it in a couch cushion. But what this does, unfortunately, is really kind of scuff up your label. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera there, but yeah, lots of little vertical scratches there. So don't do that. So either just put your dust cover next to your console, or what I used to do once I realized that was happening is I would just take it and go like that. So I wouldn't be scratching my label anymore. But this is the cartridge. Got that typical teal block letter style of font on the end label, and yes, there were end labels on these cartridges. And even though I prefer the aesthetic of the Japanese Super Famicom cartridges to these kind of blocky ones, the end labels were a nice touch. So at least we have those. So that's the cartridge and dust cover. What we got in this game was pretty much the standard issue you would see in all Super NES games. You got your mini poster here, and I say mini in comparison to the jumbo wall posters that you would get with a console like the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now this is a neat variant here because it says, now you're playing with Super Power. We've got Super Tennis, Pilot Wings, F-Zero, Super Play Action Football, SimCity, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. All of these were featured on the original jumbo poster that was included with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, but the one that I showed in my unboxing for that console has the title for Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past as Zelda 3. They hadn't yet come up with or revealed the title, but both of these posters still haven't marked as coming soon, even though by this point it was already released, which is kind of interesting. Zelda 3, or A Link to the Past, that had come out, I believe, in March or April of 1992, whereas this game came out in the fall of 1992. So this poster was a little bit inaccurate as far as coming soon, but at least it still had the finalized title there for the game. So there's the poster, and on the back, oops, I overlooked that, there's an ad for Nintendo Power magazine. Both issues featured here have NES titles, not even Super NES titles. I don't even see mention of Super NES. So kind of an interesting in-between period with the retro and the new. So there's our poster, our Nintendo Power subscription. I turned into Bowser's worst nightmare, thanks to Nintendo Power. There we have pretty much the first issue of Nintendo Power that would feature a Super Nintendo Entertainment System game. There's the 800 number to call, or you could mail in this portion, and you'd get a free Super NES Player's Guide that we took a look at in my First Party Player's Guide on playlist. We also get our super fun Consumer Precautions booklet here. Really, not super fun. Lots of text. Just play carefully, everyone. And then our instruction manual. Pretty much the same aesthetic for all first-party Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. Got the black background. Only Donkey Kong Country would change that up with the 3D leaf aesthetic. And we got the same black background on the back. So we've got our seal of quality and table of contents on the inside cover. Introduction. Hi everybody, thanks for dropping by the Super Mario Kart racetrack. My name is Lakitu. I run this track. If you need my help, I'll be around. We race one-seater metal pipe frame go-karts here. There are two engine sizes to choose from, 50cc or 100cc. Shh, spoiler alert, there's also 150cc. All of the go-karts are more or less the same. It's the individual drivers that make the difference when it comes to winning. Each driver has their strengths and weaknesses. Try using different drivers until you find the best one for you. So yeah, in this first game, there definitely weren't any kart customizations as far as the wheels or the style of the kart, and no flying yet either. This game pack has a battery-backed memory that saves the best time trial times and keeps track of which trophy cups you have earned. If you switch this game pack on and off repeatedly, you may erase the saved information, which I don't know who would sit there with their Super NES and just rapidly turn the power switch on and off, but there's your warning not to do that. So here we've got a illustration here of how what functions are mapped to which buttons here. And a little bit about that on the player select screen. If you happen to hold the Y button and then push, oh gosh, I can't even remember at this point. It's either B or A while you're holding the Y button. You'll get a small version of your character, which is a lot faster and corners better. Or maybe it just corners better. Might not necessarily be too much faster, but if you do get hit by another racer, you'll get squashed. I discovered that by accident one time by plugging my controller in while the game was sitting at the player select screen. And so I knew how it could, knew that it could be done, but I didn't know how it could be done. Later on, probably in Nintendo Power, I read that you could hold down the Y button and push either B or A. Wish I remembered that at this point. Let us know in the comments. Little note here, if you press the L or R button, your kart will make a small hop. If you use the control pad at the same time, you can do a power slide. Yeah, there's the power slide I talked about before. See page 18 for more information. There's our title screen here. In the Mario Kart GP, you can select either a 50 or 100cc kart. The 100cc machine is quite a bit quicker than the 50cc one. The other drivers are more aggressive in the 100cc races too. If you're just starting out, you may want to warm up with the 50cc machines. Races other than the Mario Kart GP always use the 100cc machines. Then the other note here, use the control pad to move the cursor when making selections. Press the B button to enter selections. If you make a mistake, push the X button to cancel. So choosing your driver here, choose from the 8 available drivers. See page 21 for more details. Course selection varies depending on the type of game played. The courses are explained on page 27. So here was the player select screen where when I plugged in a controller it shrank my character here. So that can be a benefit if you're good at maneuvering, and it can be a big problem for you if you end up getting hit by other drivers a lot. Here's information about time trial and match race, about clearing the battery-backed memory. Wow, I forgot about this. Press L, R, Y, and A at the same time on controller 1 when the title screen is displayed. That way you can nuke all of your information. So racing rules, Mario Kart GP, 1 player. Kind of showing you the sequence of events. You'll get your retry or end options if you rank 5th or below. How the standings are sequenced. Got the zipper or boost panel and a small jump panel. The question blocks for getting items happen only once per track. The place you finish in will be your standing position for the next race. For example, if you come in 2nd place, you'll start in the second position in the next race. So here are the items. A lot smaller roster of items than in modern games here. The red shell was a lot harder to make contact with your target. You really had to have more skill. The green shell was nearly impossible to do that. It was a lot harder than it is in more modern games. And the lightning bolt you hardly ever got. That would make all the characters spin out at once, except for you. Mario Kart GP with 2 players, that was nice. I really missed that on the Mario Kart Wii game where you couldn't win any trophies in 2-player mode. Because the nice thing about this was no matter if you or your second player was able to place first you would win the trophy for that GP. So you actually kind of got 2 chances to do it. And there wasn't any particular rating system like with stars or anything. You either, got enough coins to win the gold trophy or you didn't. There weren't stars to individually rate your cup. So secret weapons for winning. Here's the power sliding using the L and R buttons, kind of cruising around the corners on the track. That was a lot of fun in this game. If your timing isn't quite right, you may slide off the course or even spin out. If you find yourself going out of control, let up on the gas. This applies to normal driving too. Also, power slides are very useful in battle mode when you are trying to get away from an opponent that is on your tail. So I talked about battle mode in the previous page here. Collecting all of the coins and how you would rank with those coins. How many coins you lose in certain situations. The 8 kart drivers here. So we've got the bros, Mario and Luigi. The dragon and the lady, Princess and Yoshi. The showdown between the big guys, DK Jr. and Bowser. And then the small guys, Toad and Koopa. I preferred the small guys because they cornered very well. Donkey Kong and Bowser, they could get very high top speeds, but they took a long time to accelerate, but they couldn't be pushed around a lot. Princess and Yoshi, they accelerated quickly, but were kind of meh with everything else. And of course, as usual, Mario and Luigi, they were pretty much average all around. So here's the performance chart as far as how everybody fared in the different things that I had just mentioned. Acceleration, top speed, and then how they would do in those particular courses. There were Choco Island, Vanilla Lake, Donut Plains, Koopa Beach, and Battle Mode. And of course there were a couple different tracks in each of these different worlds. So there's the list of the circuits and then the racetracks within them. Course characteristics, all the hazards that you might run into. Ghost Valley, those were super slippery, but man, could you get some speed in Ghost Valley. And then we've got images, kind of like overhead views of the course maps here for Mushroom, Flower, Star, and Battle Mode. Master tips. If you're skidding in a corner, let up on the gas to regain control. These karts cannot go in reverse. If you need to turn around, hop with the L and R buttons. Yeah, that was tough. You cannot hop over obstacles such as banana peels. Use a feather to jump over them. That was one of the items in this game. If you fall into water, you can still move slowly, but never fear. I will rescue you with my trusty fishing pole. Even if you fall off the edge of a Ghost Valley track or into the lava on one of the Bowser Castle tracks, I'll quickly reel you into safety. So this, of course, is Lakitu talking. Items cannot be picked up when you are off the ground. If you race well enough in the time trials, then choose the same course again, you may be able to race against yourself. If you're going the wrong way, I will swoop onto the screen with a yellow X flag, and I'll let you know. There is a special challenge waiting for you if you can get the gold trophy in the 100cc Special Cup. So that, of course, is the 150cc. So there you have Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video and will stay tuned for others that I'll have as part of the Nintendo Unboxed series, as well as lots of other content here at World of Nintendo. So until the next time, take care.